Hi guys. So what we're working on today is the assignment that I've given here is for an annotated bibliography. But what this video is more about is how to find sources in general that are good for your paper. The sources that we use for most of these papers need to be scholarly sources that are researched by people that know what they're talking about, that are peer-reviewed by people that know what they're talking about. So like studies, papers written by graduate students and professors, those kinds of things. Stuff that's been looked at by a lot of different eyes to make sure that it's credible, because we want to make sure that our sources are credible. So I'm going to show you now how to find the best possible sources for your paper using some of the tools that we have here at the school. So for this, first I'm going to show you guys how to get to the databases at the library so that we can use Academic Search Complete to find some sources for you. I'm going to show you the Northeast Lakeview College way of getting there, but if you're watching this at a different school, then there will be a description somewhere in the assignment of how to get to that library page. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to Google NLC Library, and it will take us here. This is the front page of our library. So from here I'm going to scroll down to these boxes right here. And the one that I want is this one here. This is A to Z database list. All of these are pretty useful in their own way. We're just going to go to this one. And if I click on A to Z database list, it pops up with this list of 363 databases that are different places where you can find sources. And so these are all scholarly databases that you can go to. And they're a lot of them are really specific for different subject matters. Academic Search Complete is the one we're going to use because it covers the widest range of different other databases, but these get really specific. So like this is one that is just a search engine for papers that Abraham Lincoln wrote. And so that's really specific. If you don't have Abraham Lincoln in your paper, then you probably have no business ever being in this one. There's ones in here that are just about medicine. There's ones in here that are just about history or education or psychology or whatever your field of study is. The one that we're going to use, though, is this one here, Academic Search Complete. So if you click on that one, you probably will have to sign in at this point. Yes, there's with your sign-in credentials, and then you'll end up here. And so this is Academic Search Complete. It is like Google, except a lot more complicated and a lot more selective with the topics that it picks. First thing we're going to do is scroll down to here to all of the options, and we will select full text. You can select some of these other ones if you want to as well. You can pick which dates you want it to fall in between. So if you're going to search for like coronavirus, then you would want to start in 2019. Oops. And end in 20, maybe not even put an end date. But for other ones, it's probably fine to be a lot more broad. You can select the kind of document that you want. You can select some of these others, but all of these will narrow down your sources a lot. And right now, we just want to make sure that we have as many sources as we can. So the only one we're going to select is full text. If you don't select this, it will give you search options for papers that it doesn't actually have, and you would have to like ask a librarian for help to find those. We don't want to do all of that, so we're just going to click full text, and that'll save us a lot of trouble. Now we're going to try to search for a topic. And the thing about Academic Search Complete is it's like a really old school search engine, and you have to kind of tell it what you're looking for a lot better than you do with Google. With Google, they've analyzed billions or trillions of searches and figured out what people actually mean when they're searching for something, and found topics that are similar and stuff. With EBSCOhost, which is the search machine that's doing this, this is like Ask Jeeves or something like that from way back in the 90s when this was all cowboys and Indians. So you really have to tell it what you're looking for. You have to use the simplest search terms that you can, and that way it'll give you the most specific things that you're looking for. So, for example, if I type in that's way too many words. And when I search for this, it's probably going to have some trouble. Yeah, health system consequences of agency nursing and moonlighting in South Africa. It gave us 1,700 results, but a lot of these are probably not going to have anything to do with what we're talking about. This one actually kind of does. So let's narrow it down instead. Nursing and burnout. And press search, and this comes up with 2,497 results. All of them, somewhere in their description, will have the words nursing and burnout. So that one doesn't look useful. We're just looking at the titles right now. Insufficient study factors relating to burnout in nursing. Okay. So from this one, we can tell from the title it's probably going to have to do with nursing burnout. We can also go ahead and check the subject line down here. This is what the search was looking at. Psychology, burnout, control, psychology, nurse administrators, nurse practitioners. So those are all subject areas that we're looking at. This one's in Spanish. We're going to skip that. Longitudinal study of burnout, the relative importance of dispositions and experiences. And the subject line says psychology, burnout, and nursing. So we'll click on this one too. So now we have these pages open here. This is the first one that I selected, nursing and burnout. And I can scroll down here to the abstract, and this is a summary of what the actual paper is about. So I can skim through that now. I've already skimmed through, since I already have looked at this and I've looked at the subject line, now I can look at the abstract and see exactly what the paper is about. This isn't the paper, this is just a summary of the paper. So if I skim through all of this and I decide that I like that, what I need to do now is get myself a copy of the paper. And so there's a couple of different ways that I can do that. Over here, if I select PDF full text, this will be a complete copy of the paper, and I can download it to my computer right now. So I'm going to open that in a new tab, or not. I'm going to left click on it instead. Okay, here's my paper. And yeah, it's very long, but it has all the information that I need. And so if I select download here, I can download it right to my computer right now, or I can print it out. Alternatively, let's go back. I can send it to myself as an email if I select over here, and I just put in my email address and press send, it will send it'll send the PDF directly to me as an email. Yeah. So if you're doing annotated bibliographies like we were doing in here, when I say write a summary, make sure that summary is in your own words. Don't just copy down this. Read over this and put it in your own words. It'll be more manageable that way anyway. So anyway, that's how you find sources on Academic Search Complete. If you have any questions, send me an email.